One of the most empowering things when it comes to AI image generation is how many levels of the game there are and how many variables that somebody can mess with to give them an astounding result using a line art that I've shown hopefully to death on this channel, along with how to fix distortions in the blink of an eye, and even more things like how to create a lore stack that gives you so much more effect by leveraging so many different kind of cold, curated, open source models that give you just amazing results without having to do damn near anything really besides set them up, I guess. The point is that there's so many things that you can do with this, and so many fantastic people over our school community have actually been posting things. And I thought it'd be a fantastic opportunity, something I've been wanting to do for a while, to actually be able to take one of your guys' image and just try to see if I can enhance it in some capacity. So you guys maybe have an understanding, the entire community can have an understanding of things that maybe are useful. Like, oh, I didn't know you could add these types of keywords, and I didn't know they could move the needle this much. Or, oh, I liked my initial image, but I didn't know we could do that. So I would like to show you guys some of those fun things today. And of course, we are going to be spotlighting one of the fantastic members of our community called Kyle. As you can see, Kyle's been posting a very high amount right here, boom, and then boom, and then boom. But what do you call, one of the things he mentioned recently is this. In his post, he said, I spent a few hours on Krita tonight just messing around with some fun stuff, and he absolutely created some fantastic things. This looks absolutely fantastic. I like the vines coming up the side of the thing. Fantastic. We got some good old Attack on Titan. We love that. Composition was interesting. It kind of looks a little bit messy, but yeah, I wonder what the prompt was with this. This one's actually really cool. I like the whole low shot looking up at a giant towering titan about to transform. I assume is what that is. Best girl also. Anyways, I'll be honest, this one looks great. Only issue, with the text at the bottom. We hate to see it. Anyways. This one also looks really, really cool. So the TLDR is you've made some fantastic things here, Kyle, but I wanted to see if I could actually enhance them a little bit with some stuff I know about AI, and specifically Krita. So I took these and I made my own prompts for them, essentially. So I used these as like bones, and then I built off of them, if that makes any sense. So this is a formula you guys are probably familiar with our label library, but this is the thing that I basically put up. So I took your one thing. I don't know what your original prompt was, so I had to kind of emulate some variables for it. There's also many other ways we can just anchor the variables that I can't control within the thing. We'll get to that when we're actually in Krita. But basically, I just chose all of these, and I basically slapped them in and added what I'm about to show you guys. So now we're over at Krita AI. By the way, the things that we're using is the same stack that we've always used. Plant Milk, a fantastic illustrious base model. We're using Smooth Boost just to give ourselves some more enhanced contrast, essentially, because I always think it makes it pop. And then we're using this fantastic style Laura that I always just find gives it a really nice, it kind of takes away some of the edge of like the over-rendered nature of AI. And if I wanted to, we could add some more detail, but we're going to leave that off for right now. Anyways, I might bring that back in a minute, but anyway, so this is the based image, and essentially we can actually copy the exact thing that I actually changed it to, which is this. Everything is in its segmentation, so master works because this one is actually casting spells, so I want kind of a more of a dream-like, weird, magical kind of environment rather than a super refined masterpiece artwork kind of thing. That makes any sense. So I went with Masterworks instead of Masterpiece. Different things, weirdly enough. Also wanted some more detail because I found like that was one of the things that was lacking with this, is everything looks too soft for me. We also went with ambient light, hard edge, and all those things. We went with anime source because I thought that's what that kind of was getting at, especially with Attack on Titan references. I thought that's what the soul of this was. And then we of course described the actual subject.
Okay, I think you get it. We emulated it. All right, moving on.
So then all I did is I wanted to keep the overall lines and composition, and I didn't want to decrease the strength of it because I wanted to give the AI the most amount of stuff to play with. So what I did is I just ran a ControlNet. Super simple. If you guys want to know how to do that, you just go down here. You hit this button right here. Boom. Now you go over here. You select line art. Boom. Which is just, it'll probably be on like Scribble. You just go line art right here. And then you'll hit this button right here when this image is in view. This will make basically a copy of that image, as you guys can see. Boom. We'll delete that so it's not in the way. And now it is basically locked in that. But in order to give ourselves some more strength, we're going to increase our value. Instead of being at 70, we're going to increase that to, actually I think for this one I kept it low just because I wanted to see if I get it to play more. But normally we'd want to increase that quite high if we wanted to really adhere to everything. So we increase the range so that it stays on it a lot longer. Basically, it keeps using this as a reference point so it doesn't deviate as much. But we can lower the strength so that it kind of deviates a little bit. Let's say it kind of widens out those lines and lets it kind of fill in them a little bit more. Anywho, so this is the result that we got. This is one of the first ones that actually didn't turn out the best. So then I tweaked things down and I ended up using the line art instead, and we got something like this, which I think I hope is an improvement. Also, it looks more dark than it probably would normally because we're using Smooth Boost, which is naturally a contrast and lighting booster. But I thought it looked really good. There are still some things we're going to tweak up here a little bit, but I just want to show you all of them and show you guys how we can enhance them after. So again, this one I also thought was pretty good, but it kind of changed a lot of the soul and the essence of what was being shown. But you guys can see the face is a little more detailed. It's not quite as mushy. So if we turn that off, you guys can see that it kind of got lost here. Whereas this one, I find it kind of gets the shadows right, the glints, the illumination, all that stuff. But I do feel like this one was much more in nature to the soul of what this already was. So it didn't change too many things. It just added, right? The sky, everything looks more detailed. The lighting, everything looks more pretty. All that stuff. So that was just a fun little thing that we could do with that. And we'll come back. And I don't know. The only thing I want to change with this one, the only thing I think needs changing is his eyes. I think these they're offset. The eyes should be here and then here. And they're kind of off in a weird way. Maybe it's like a power glint, but I think they're supposed to be eyes. So I wanted to make those more clean. Anyways, so the second one that we chose was, of course, this one. Boom, this one, where she's standing behind a thing. This is the exact prompt that we used. Again, once again, we can see masterpiece, intricate detail, cinematic, all that stuff. I don't need to go into it too much. I will say this one offered an interesting challenge because it actually has 2 subjects in it, which is really, really hard to emulate again, like really difficult. You guys can see that we prompted for this Attack on Titan character, which, by the way, looks a lot more detailed. You guys can see that like everything looks a lot more soft. There's not really much stuff going on. Her faces kind of got mangled, all that stuff. And when we do ours, it's actually significantly better. The hands look more right, the straps and everything looks right. Looks much more like the Attack on Titan information, which, by the way, I didn't have to add a lore that referenced the Attack on Titan things. It's kind of baked into enough culture in the model that I was able just to say Attack on Titan. It's going to say, got it, I know what you mean, and that's it. Once again, the face is a little bit lackluster. We could improve that exponentially, but at least the shading and all that stuff I feel like looks quite believable. I do think it's an enhancement, but we did lose some of the characteristics that we already got. So what I did is I think I had it at like 65 right here, so I increased it to around 100 so that we actually really adhere to the lines, because otherwise it's basically, if you guys can see, the lines it's creating, this guy should not have long hair, but it's adding that because it's assuming that it's the same as the female subject. If I go here, you guys can see that it says girl 1, so it's assuming both of these are girls. Anyways, even if you add girl 1 and girl 2 or 2 girls, it's so shitty. It's just, there's one issue, it's a real big bottleneck within this, and there's a way to solve it, but it's super complicated. I don't even want to talk about it. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, no one's gonna do this. But anyways, back on track. You guys can see there's one more issue with this, is that I basically prompted for this one, I believe, blonde hair. I tried to really see if I could do the boy one and connect them. Didn't happen. So then I said, okay, no, I can do this a different way. What if I just increase the strength so that we bleed more off of the original image, which I believe is this. So instead of it, so basically it's really adhering to that this is supposed to be a short-haired guy. So then, of course, when we go back to this, it hits it, it nails it. So of course it keeps all the other things. And again, I'd probably, if I was just being honest, I'd probably use this one because I thought the lighting was much more powerful here. And then I would just melt in or like mask in this person, the head here, and then do one more final render at max image strength, and everything is in the right alignment and the colors in the right alignment. But alas, that's something that we'll probably do. For this one, the one thing that we're going to improve is, of course, the face and his, because all of it doesn't look as detailed as it otherwise could be. And then lastly, no, not lastly, we have 2 more, sorry. We have this one. Again, same thing. I probably won't go into much details, but it's an amazing towering Titan with 2 people down here. Same thing. Did the same thing. Gave it good qualifying metrics. Added good stylized metrics, and also increased certain things I wanted, like saturation. I wanted more because I just didn't like how soft this was. I wanted it to really be punchy. Anyways, the results were awesome. I think it's a pretty great improvement. I will say I probably could have leaned more into the Attack on Titan thing. I think it started to kind of create like a demon instead of a colossal Titan, or I should know this, but the bone armor Titan guy, yeah. And this one didn't deviate too much because again we had it on pretty restricted adherence to those things, to the line art, sorry. But yeah, I think it looks great. I think it actually is a decent improvement. I'm not sure if actually I'll tweak this one because none of it looks too bad. Like these are supposed to be silhouettes, so I don't think having them not be crystal clear. I guess I could highlight him and create like a Titan more. This one I thought was the most fun, to tell you the truth. So this is the little witch one, very cute, Ghibli-fied. This one's tough because like, by its very nature, Ghibli is like soft and silly and fun. And do you want to like rob it of that? I don't know. So like Ghibli's, like, how do you make Ghibli better? It's kind of, the point is for it to be like the style, like every flaw is a gain. So, I don't know what the thing is, but alas, I tried. So Basically, this one I felt like was too realistic, but it definitely looks very pretty. This one is also pretty nice, but then this is when I really love the color. I thought, okay, I can get down with this. So I like the composition, I like the color. Now we just need to bring back some of that Ghibli with the main subject, which I feel like is entirely possible. We'll just need to amp up the hell out of the Ghibli variable, and everything else will just chill. So that's the thing that we're gonna do. So now, through a series of rambling, let's do exactly what I just described for all three of those. Some would say it'd be better to just do one at a time, but no, we're not doing that. Anyways, it could be a mistake. I'm also cold. It's winter. Anyway, all right. All we're gonna do is select this. Choose whatever selection tool you desire. Selection tools are down here. These little things right here. Anyways, so now we are going to go to. Not gonna go to fill. We're not gonna go to fill. We're also not gonna go with ControlNet. And actually, yeah, just because I don't want to be here forever, let's just do it this way that I would do it. We're just going to turn on our lightning step. You don't have to turn on that LoRa. It's not entirely necessary. It's just necessary if you want to have, stuff happen faster. There we go. I don't hate that one bit. Good enough. Happy with that. Now we'll do a full-blown render. We're going to take this off. And just to give ourselves the most amount of pixel density, we're going to do that. Boom. We're going to increase resolution in this area so that we have more pixels for it to build off of. Bang. Well, we did too much. We don't want to change too much stuff, so we want to go sub 20, just so that we have more stuff. And you guys can see that looks so much better. You can see the eyes are just illuminated enough. Again, if I wanted to increase the resolution of all this, I could, and that would actually become much, much nicer. I don't need to fade it in. And we had a couple attempts here just to get rid of all that and that. And yeah, and now that's perfect the way it is. Boom, boom, boom. Merge that. Merge layer below. Now, good. We have that one done. All right, good. Easy breezy. All we did is just using the live paint feature, iterating as we always do. And this one, I'm actually going to do a little bit more stuff here. I'll try to explain as I'm going on. So like I mentioned, I really like the overall aesthetic of this one. Jeez, well, that looks great. I'm just going to keep that for me. That looks amazing. Fantastic. Isn't that cool, man? You're just throwing stuff at the board and then bam! You're like, that's awesome. Anyway, sorry about that. That was just a fun little clip that I messed up when I put in the old prompt of the dark summoner person. Anyways, dark mage thing. But for this one, I did quite a bit of things. I tried to just streamline some of it. Basically, all you're going to do is use the masking effect. You just go down to the bottom left plus icon in the layers tab and basically just add a mask to whatever image you're trying to fade in or fade out. In this case, we're just trying to keep the head of the person, so that's what we did there. We did the same thing you've seen in the previous process, which is just using the live bit feature to iterate until we get something that we kind of like the look of, and then we do a deep render, a full form render of that. And then we have something that actually looks really nice. And then we went back to the actual head, and then we increased the pixel density and basically gave it context that was a face and took away some of the other prompts just so that it had a much more guidance about knowing that, oh, the thing that I'm doing right now and looking at is actually a face. And that's essentially how we got access to improving both of those things. This one I don't actually think we need to change too much. I think that one actually turned out really good right at the hop. I mean, we could theoretically make this much more Titan adjacent and a lot less Hellion demon person, but I think it's not the most important. This is the one I wanted to tear into really badly. So this is what it is right now. So the only thing that I really want to change here, I like the overall lighting. I just want to change this person to being more Ghibli and less of all the other crap. Because I like this. Everything looks so crisp and clean. But I do want to make it more Ghibli. So what we're going to do is we're going to... It's doing the thing. So Ghibli is not being prioritized. So we're going to make it prioritize Ghibli. God damn it. That's it. You're on the right track. Come on. All right. I think we're good. We can build off of that. Drop that down to 25. One of us. Hey! And we reclaim the Ghibli style. Nice. Now we're just gonna hard lock into this because I feel like that's the thing that's not great, and we're gonna go ahead and supersede that by doing one of these little line art things. Bang. And then we are going to turn that off, and we're gonna say, hey, cook at the highest possible level while also remaining the most adherent possible to the initial lines, which there's not a lot, but try. All right, let's see. This one could be bad because maybe we don't want to go 90. Let's go 70, I think, because we don't want it to change the background pixels, which is going to change the color. We do want to increase, although I can always just paint in the face. The face is the main thing that we wanted to recomposite. All right, one more time. I could be here forever, but one more time, let's try to take it from the top. We have standards, but that looks significantly better as far as the face. Look at that. Look at that. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final render, and oh my god, I love how orange and everything this is. I like the little spectral light in the back. Also, why are witches flying around on nothing? You gotta give some sort of magic twinkle to the broom itself. The hands don't look absolutely bent. I could fade this in more. All these things are kind of fading with the stuff in the background, so like things like that and all that stuff are kind of fighting with various weird things. I could do a better job fading if I wanted, but I'm just kind of doing this to show you guys how you can approach enhancing your images by, of course, using proper prompting and also knowing how to like select in a certain area. And things like that. But yeah, all these things I hope were an improvement. Again, it's always difficult to have that because, like, you know, it's your own artistic stylization. Did you like the way it looked? Then that's perfect. That is your art. Go nuts. But as far as hopefully things that you maybe could see, like you're enhancing the style, the lighting, the contrast, the saturation, things like that can make a massive difference. And also that you can kind of keep a lot of the things you'd like just by like selecting certain key areas and kind of building from there. But alas, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much to Kyle for being so sweet, commenting so many things in our lovely school community. I hope some of y'all also comment stuff, because I would love to see some of your stuff to maybe enhance or even take in a different direction. It doesn't even need to be enhanced. It could just be like, oh, you made a really cool anime-themed thing. How do you take an anime-themed thing and make it into like a 3D render? What's that about? How do you do that? And I could try to see if I could show you guys how to do things like that. But alas, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you want more fun stuff from us for school, we have so much content over there. We have a free install guide. We have a labeled library filled with all of the most engaging keywords that move the needle the most, that are tried, tested, verified, as well as the corresponding images that represent them. All those things we've added. We now have 3 on there that all skew from anime to photorealistic. I probably got to find a different one at this point just to add. But alas, one thing I do want to put at the very end here for the 2% of people who stick around, I will say I've been kind of getting I'm kind of getting pulled around to 2 different places. I love so much like AI image generation and the things you can do, and how like I think it's just as a skill set that no one actually knows how to like leverage as much as you can leverage it. And a lot of people just throw a bunch of shit at the wall and they see what sticks and nothing really does, and they say it's crap, and they walk away, which is such a shame because you can access so much stuff here. You can live paint, you can do so many things. You can like make manga, you can do, the sky's the limit. You can do 3D concept art fast as hell. Anyways, so many things. But for me, I've also been pulled really heavily into like, weirdly enough, going from zero, like nothing, to AI image, to then 3D model, to then 3D printing that model, bringing a thought that you have of a character, of a thing in your head, to actually have it in your hands. Holding it is a different level of like satisfying and really cool. So that's been kind of taking up my time. We'll see if I don't know if anyone would be interested in that as well, or because it is, unlike this, I would consider this to be very neutral complexity. That's complex. So I don't know if people would, I think it'd be like, I try to get a gauge of like what people are kind of be interested in. That's a lot of layers to be proficient in. So I don't know, but that's been taking up a lot of my time. So I normally would have more videos on the channel, but I don't know, with that taking up so much of my time, I'll try to do my best. Also, it just helps when you guys are like, I'm confused about this. And I can be like, oh, that's super easy. I'll just make a video for you. And I can upload it for everybody. So any information you guys want to post at our school community, you want to at me at school, I'll totally read it, and it'll help me a lot to just help other people to also solve that problem. But alas, I hope I can see you once again in the future. I hope I was useful, and thank you kindly, and goodbye for now, my friends.